It's Accountech Bytes, the show that rounds up the news from the world of accounting technology with me, Tom Herbert. Recording a special edition today from beautiful downtown Atlanta, where I'm here for Sage's user conference, Sage Future. And it seems only fitting that we'll kick off this episode with an absolute agentic AI bonanza. Let's start on the show floor here in Atlanta, where Sage unveiled a new wave of autonomous AI agents that the developer believes will fundamentally change how people interact with accounting software. So these are autonomous task-specific agents who take actions, learn from feedback, and can execute plans with minimal human intervention, so stretching over a series of functions. They're underpinned by Sage's network, the AI and machine learning in the system already, their domain expertise, and these new autonomous agents that they have built. Intuit QuickBooks is also on the agentic AI train, unveiling a virtual team. Here's a video and some new Intuit AI agents. So a customer agent, payments agent, accounting agent, and finance agent. A lot of the features mentioned here are already in the system, but I guess this is about putting them all together in a particular workflow. The blog says coming this July. I'm guessing that will be in the States, with the UK rollout a little bit later on. The next vendor releasing their agentic AI ambitions is Thomson Reuters, who have released their Co-Counsel with Agentic Intelligence tool. So this is available for tax, audit, and accounting professionals and can plan, reason, and act within a firm's established workflows, completing assignments. In a similar way to Sage's offering, this is pulling from Thomson Reuters' existing knowledge of the market, its domain expertise, and can assist with automating tax professional workflows, so things like client file review to memo drafting and compliance checks. It's very US-centric at the moment, not quite sure about plans to bring that to the UK. Professional services giant Wolters Kluwer is next with the release of, and apologies, I've only seen this written down, but Teammate Plus AI Editor. So this is a generative AI writing engine designed to help auditors enhance the quality of their audit documentation. Deloitte is also getting in on the agentic AI action with the launch of its own global agentic network. I'm afraid this press release is such a word salad. I can't exactly work out what these AI agents are going to be doing, but the important thing is they're doing something. And hot on the heels of previous profits from auditing big companies' environmental, social, and governance metrics, the Big Four are hoping for a new service line, auditing AI models. This will be assessing big AI models on the accuracy and transparency of their output. It'll be fascinating to see how that develops. Moving on to something that isn't AI, and tax dashboard OpenTax has added self-assessment tracking to its product. So they already have VAT, corporation tax, and PAYE. And so this self-assessment tab will allow firms to see submissions and payment statuses for multiple clients in one location. Some chat in the comments that this is what HMRC agent services should be. I'm afraid it's not, so well done for OpenTax for stepping up. This one from our friends at VAT Calc, and HMRC is re-engaging with payment providers on the concept of split VAT payments. So this is predominantly to tackle foreign e-commerce fraud. So instead of the VAT element of any transaction going to the vendor and then being passed on to HMRC or not, the payment provider would be able to split the VAT element and direct that straight to HMRC. Watch this space. This one from the mighty Steve Brooks at Enterprise Times, and Vista Equity Partners has agreed to acquire mid-market cloud ERP Acumatica. So Vista already owns a stake in One Advanced and is pushing their cause in the mid-market even further. This one from TechCrunch, and well, as a publication, they don't seem to care about the European tech market anymore. They've got a couple of raises from the North American accounting market, and Rillet has raised 25 million from Sequoia Capital to automate general ledger systems using AI. This article features a fairly graphic but quite accurate description of the general ledger as the beating heart of the finance function. It flags that in the past, VCs wouldn't dare invest in startups building new GL software because it's so hard to move, but apparently it'll all be different this time. Next on the raise rota is Filed, which has raised $17 million to automate tax prep. So its co-founder told TechCrunch that they built the product in response to the genuine recruitment crisis in the tax industry, and it plans to automate a lot of the low-value tasks in tax prep. More accounting software launches now, and apparently at the end of this year, Glassjar will launch in order to fix what QuickBooks got wrong. Fintech company Go Cardless has announced the launch of its Go Cardless Accountancy Ambassador program. So firms in the program can receive things like direct access and support, client benefits, the chance to be part of an advisory council, and access to a community. News from mid-market platform The Access Group, and no, they haven't bought anyone this week, but they have partnered with Clary. Clary is a new one on me, but apparently they are an enterprise revenue orchestration platform. If someone can explain what those four words together means to me, that would be very helpful. And let's head over to Making Tax Digital Corner now, where I've got a couple of updates since my last video. New on the Available Now software page is Andika Accounting Software. Here's their site. And joining Andika on the Available Now page is Quickfile, which has a free and a paid-for version. And staying on the MTD beat, our very own Jake Smith continues his MTD Professional Perspective series by speaking to Peter Richards from Kent-based Fastnet Accounting. And Jake will also be joined by Sage's Chris Downing on Tuesday the 17th of June for a special webinar on how to serve every type of client for the upcoming MTD for income tax mandation. A small but beautifully formed new releases section here, mostly taken up by some Dext releases. So they have a GPS mileage tracker, the ability to implement auto description automatically, copy and paste support for receipts, the ability to bulk approve or reject documents with or without comments, and many more. The updates just keep on coming. And referrals platform RQ has introduced a group portal function, so allowing firms to bring everything together, giving them one place to manage their organization, monitor activity, and scale referrals. And finally, a section of community forum Reddit has been banning users who are suffering from AI-induced God delusions. Apparently, moderators announced that they've seen an uptick in users believing they've used AI to make some kind of incredible discovery, created a god, or become a god. They continue to comment, large language models are ego-reinforcing glazing machines that reinforce unstable and narcissistic personalities. Have they met software people? Anyway, that bit of sass rounds off this latest episode. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you find this useful, please like, subscribe, or follow. I'll be back at the kitchen table in Bristol next week. Bye for now.